Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Vasistha ji is telling the story to Bhagwan Ram about the person of origin of their clan, Iksvaku. And he said, once Iksvaku asked Manu about this world, Asya prapanchasya ko hetu syat. What is the cause of this world? Where from this world has come? Where from it has come? Where does it go? So the teacher said, you are asking a question like this. Where from the mirage waters have come? If there is something called as mirage water, then you can inquire. Then what is the position of the mirage water? It appears but doesn't exist. So there are three stages we have to understand. One is something is existing, Sat. Second is something is not existing, Asat. And the third thing is, although not existing, yet it appears. This is called as the illusion. Therefore, you can do nothing about the illusion. What can be done about illusion is only one. Accept the illusion as an illusion, and that's it. Don't give it the status of reality. Therefore, here he has told that like the reflection in the mirror, this world appears, and therefore, sukha dukkha dasha moho manasi eva vasti natmani. So, joy, sorrow, these are only the play of mind. I'll tell you one example. How see our mind interacts. There was one boy, and his parents told me, Swamiji, you ask him to get married to that girl. I said, come on, this is too much. If I had to tell him, I'll tell him never get married. No, 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 please. So he went to see that girl. And the logic of the parents was, she comes from a very rich family and she is the only daughter, so all the property will be his only. So why give up such a chance? See, business is everywhere. Investment of the husband, boy for the property. And he went and saw and came, he said, I don't want to get married to that girl. So when he refused, again the parents, Swamiji, please tell him. I said, look here, if he doesn't get married, I'll get married, don't worry. You are concerned about the girl? No, 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 not that way. And finally he said, no means no. After 6 months, it was discovered that a girl was suffering some mental problem. Again they called me, Swamiji, thank you very much. I am so happy. My son didn't get married to her. I said, very good. Do you know why? Because she happened to be a mental case. Now the question was, you are happy because she is a mental case? Or you are happy because she did not come in your family? See the trick of the mind. What is good, what is bad has no relevance at all. Therefore, sukha dukkha dasha moho manasi eva nasti atmani. These are all the play of the mind, and therefore, na shastraihi na guruna kwapi drishyate parameshwara. So, let us not have the notion. In Kathopanishad, it is very distinctly mentioned, Nayamatma pravachanena labhyaha na medhaya na bhavuna shrutena yame vaishya vrunate tena labhyaha tasesha atma vivrunate tanum swam. The self is not revealed by study of the scriptures or going to the Guru. But then what it is? It is Swatmana eva atma. We have to discover our divine nature. Therefore, by what? Swaya Sattvasthaya Dhiya. When our mind is fully established in the self, then only the truth is revealed. Up to here we have seen yesterday. Now, Dehoham iti ya buddhi sa samsara nibandhini na kadachit yam buddhi adeya hi mumukshvi. Dehoham iti ya buddhi sa samsara nibandhini. Till such time we mistake ourselves to be I am this body. Be attentive. I am body is not the problem. Then the problem begins. This body I am and that body I am not. Problem begins. Life-wise we are all one. Body-wise we are different. Like light-wise all tube lights are one. But the structure-wise they are different from each other. And therefore the samsara is only this. Dehoham itiya buddhi sa samsara nibindini. It ties us down to this relative world. Na kadachit yam buddhi adeya mumukshubhihi. So those who are the seekers of truth, those who really want to attain fulfillment in their life, they should be very clear. Real spiritual life has only two steps. One step is freedom from body identification, and second is getting rid of the notion that I am a soul in the body. It's two things. There is nothing like a soul in the body. When we switch off the light, where the light has gone. Then when we switch on the bulb, light has come. Is it the earlier light which has gone, the same light has come? When we switch off, the light has gone out of the bulb. When we switch on, the light has come inside the bulb. See, friends. And ultimately, when the bulb becomes fused, will the light from the bulb go in search of another bulb, enter there? Reflect on this theme. Then we come to know that the light is not an individuality, but it is a manifestation. Similarly, life is not an individuality, therefore life is not a soul, but it is a manifestation. Then the question comes, manifestation of what? Light is a manifestation of what? Electricity. Oh, understood. What you understood? So the light is in the electricity. No, you are wrong. There is no light in electricity. Maybe then the light is in the bulb. No, there is no light in the bulb. Then when electricity and bulb come together under a particular condition, then the light manifests. In the same manner, in absolute Paramatma, there is no life and no death. In absolute matter, there is no life, no death. But when the consciousness expresses through the matter, then only the life happens. So like the light in the bulb, life in the living being is the truth. See, friends, one has to again and again reflect on this. Therefore, sanniveshamsha vaichitri yata hemnongadanita atmanaha tadadrupa tateva jagadanita. Like when you take the gold and you can mold it in any form. So it becomes the bracelet, it becomes the nose ring, it becomes the this link, everything it becomes. But that doesn't mean the gold has become anything. It is the same gold. In the same manner, the same Paramatma with the three conditioning appears to have become three. When the importance is given to the names and the forms, it is the world. Nama Rupatmak Jagat. When the importance is given to the individuality, it is the Jiva. And when we push the God away from us, somewhere above the clouds, Ishvara. So the same Paramatma with the three conditioning of name and form, Paramatma is called as Jagat. Conditioning of Panchakoshas, Paramatma is called as Jiva. conditioning of the Maya, Paramatma is called as Ishvara. Jiva Jagat Ishvara, the creator, the created world, and the sufferer or enjoyer in this world. All three are the same reality. They appear to have become many because of the conditioning. So this example which I am giving you 100 times shamelessly, at least one day it should click. See? I am the son, I am the husband, I am the father. Have I become three? Think only. Do nothing. Similarly, the same Paramatma with the name and the form is called as the Jagat. Now I'll take you further, very deep, be attentive. World is name and form. Forms are objects. Names are in our mind. This mic doesn't know it is called as a mic. This book doesn't know it is called as a book. See? So, when it is said name and form is the world, what does it mean? The world is not outside, but the world is in our mind also. So, name and the form, this is the world. Now, out of these two, what right we have got on the forms? No rights. But we have control on our mind, which gives the names. Therefore, if we drop all the sounds, all the names, all the specialities, we have conquered the world 50%. This is how it happens. We meet somebody. Hey, how are you? Fine. What's your name? Oh, my name is Gupta. Where are you from? See, the world is being created. No, I am from Haryana. Haryana? Haryana mein kahan se ho? See, the world is created. The moment you don't start labeling, inquiring about anything in this world, the world is gone. So when we talk about the world is not only outside, but it is in our mind also in the form of names. Now further, there are two worlds. One world is created by God, Isha Srishti. Second world is created by us, our Srishti. Like a woman, she is created by God. Out of that one woman, we create another world. The father creates a daughter, the husband creates a wife, the son creates a mother. And who is problematic? The daughter is problematic, the wife is problematic, and the mother is problematic. Woman has no problems. Therefore, all the spiritual practices get out of our creation and enter God's creation. To tell these principles are told that Atmana Tadda Rupa Tatheva Jagadadita. So the same self appears to have become many. Kucha Kotra Samsuptam Visprutya Janani Sutam Yatha Roditi Putratam Tathatmatam Ayam Janaha. There was a lady, her child was sleeping in her own lap, covered with some shawl. And she was saying, and when she got up, oh, where my son has gone, where my son has gone. The child is sleeping very much in her own lap. But she started crying. Oh, people help me, my son has run somewhere away. Oh, somebody must have taken, started crying. And when she wanted to get up, she could not. What happened? And oh, he's here. Exactly the same way. We are seeking the truth. Don't seek, discover the truth. Discovery is of that which is already existing. We seek that which we don't have. When we seek happiness, what we do? We start seeking the objects and the people. Because we have kept the happiness in the objects and in the people. If I get that, then I will be happy. If I get her, then I will be happy. So we are seeking. Then we get that particular object. How many days that object will give us happiness? Only few days. After that it becomes stale. Similarly, if I get married to her, I will be happy. Afterwards I realize, I think I had done a mistake. And some of us correct the mistake. Some of us continue with the mistake. This is all the struggle of foolishness that the life we are living. Therefore, don't seek happiness, discover happiness. So, kuchakotar sansuptam vismrutya janani sudam yatha rodati putratam tathatmatam ayam janaha. The people are crying like this. I want God realization. What do you want God? You are that. Ajara mara atmanam abudva pariroditi ha hatoham anatoham nashtosmiti vapukshe. And ajara amara atmanam abudva, not recognizing one's unborn, ungrowing, undying self. People are constantly crying and always telling something happens to the body. Oh God, I am being killed. I am an unwanted person in this world. Oh God, I am destroyed. Why? That is happening to the body. Now here one caution. When we are living in this world, we have to live at three levels. One is called as the Vyavaharik Jiva. When we are conducting a business in our life, so we have to talk the normal language. Don't bring Vedanta there. Otherwise, you go through immigration. An immigration officer asks you a question. What's your name? Name and form are illusions. Then he says, what is your date of birth? Who is born? Nobody is born. Where do you stay? Where I am not. The officer will tell, take him to the mental hospital. So when we are conducting the business in our life, we have to talk normal language. I tell you how abnormality happens. This is how I enjoy my life. In a place, one lady was coming for lecture, a Marwadi lady, and she invited me for lunch. I went to their house. The ground floor was a hardware shop, and through that we had to negotiate, go on the first floor, which was their house. So, on the counter there was some gentleman sitting. She said, Swami, please come. I went there. She introduced. This body is the wife of that body. Then I told to that body, this body is the guru of this body. Body is never wife and husband, it is only in the mind. See, many people ask this question, Swamiji, where is your body born? I said, you ask the body, I don't know. These are all funny things. We must behave normal. It's not becoming abnormal in life. Therefore, here, ajara maramatmanam buddha apariroditi ha hatoham anatoham nashtoham iti vapukshe. Therefore, when you are living at the body level, yes, talk the normal language. But that time don't bring it. But it should be our experience. Therefore, anatmadanyatmana asmin dehado drishyajalake yaktva sattvam uparudho gudhatishta yathasukham. Therefore, anatmani atmata asmin dehado drishyajalake tyaktva. So this is called as anatmani, that I am not. Atma buddhi, that I am. This notion has to be given up. See, friends, right now, to experience this, what is required is, presently our mind has taken a shape of the body. Be attentive. like the space is one here, and our body has occupied some space in the total space, and therefore our shape is seen. In the same manner, mind is one, like the space. Now that mind has taken the shape of this body, because this body is included in the mind. Now, third step. Therefore, from the shape, the thoughts that will arise will be with reference to the body only. To understand this principle, take an example. If you see a river flowing smooth, very slowly, Ganges flowing, there won't be any turmoil anywhere. But if there is a stone or a pillar or a tree, then around that tree or the stone, there will be the ebbing of the water. Water will run in the opposite direction, maybe half inch, 1 inch. Because for the water flow, there is a reference of the stone. And there some turmoil happens. Suppose we remove the water or the stone is buried under the water, then all the disturbance is gone. Exactly the same way. The mind is like the river flowing in one direction. In that one directional flow of river of mind, there are stones of the body. And wherever there is a stone, there will be some kind of shuffle happening. That is our mind. So, the mind will start thinking only with reference to the body. So, what is to be done? Let the mind drop the body. Now, how to drop the body? This world becomes available to us through two channels. One is name, second is form. Forms are many, formless is one. Sounds are many, silence is one. So make silence as the object of experience. When we make silence as the object of experience, what is happening? We are able to hear those minute sounds which we normally don't hear. So, what is the meaning of listening to silence? Be 100% indifferent to all the sounds. Then, when you are indifferent, you are not against, you are not for. Like the space is indifferent to the contents. So when we remain indifferent to all the sounds, that time your body disappears from the mind. Because sounds and forms is with reference to the body. Be absolutely indifferent to any sound. This is our essential nature. Now you cannot speak about it because sounds are dropped. You can't think about it because there are no thoughts. and you are not in sleep because all perceptions are heard. This I am telling you from a text called as Datta Bhargava Samvad or Tripura Rahasya. There the wife is the guru and husband is a disciple. And when he was instructed to be absolutely quiet, indifferent to everything, he is sitting in his meditation. So one day the wife goes to him and he is sitting quiet in meditation. So she goes, sits next to him, hugs him, kisses him, and then he opens his eyes. He said, "Why are you getting in these worldly things again? We have to remain in the divine." So she started laughing. Then she asked a question, "What do you get by closing the eyes that you lose when you open the eyes?" See the depth. Is the space disturbed by huge mountains and comfortable with small objects? But you see, most of us get lost only in this thing. There should be peace, peace. Little bit of disturbance, we get disturbed. This is the highest spiritual practice. Learn to be absolutely indifferent to everything in this world. Like the space is indifferent to all the shapes and sizes, although supporting all of them. Therefore, Ajaramaram Atmanam Abudva, not recognizing our this essential nature, Abudva Parirodhati, people are crying again and again, Vapukshe, when something happens to the body, oh God, I am going to die, I am going to die. Then Anatmani Atmatam Asmin Dehadav Drishyajalake. So we have mistaken the body to be ourself, which is nothing but an image projection of the mind. Tattva Sattva Uparudho Buddhatishta Yatha Sukham. Therefore, give up this wrong notion that the body I am and then be happy. Which body we are? Where our childhood body has gone? Where the teenage body has gone? See, friends. Therefore, when we study Vedanta, you come straight away to the bull's eye. Not other thing. You have done it already. See? A story comes in Mahabharata. When the examination was to be taken about the archery, the teacher asked Dronacharya to all the students, on that tree there is a bird. Now you have to hit that bird. You tell, what are you seeing? Oh, I am seeing the tree and, okay, sit down. You tell me, what are you seeing? Oh, I am seeing the tree is moving a little bit. You sit down. Everybody is talking about the tree. Few of them talk about the bird. Only one, Arjuna, said, I am seeing the eye of the bird, nothing else. In the same manner, when we study scriptures, we are attracted towards that to which we have given importance. It is something like this. In a open exhibition, a family goes, husband, wife and their son. First, there are children's shops, toys and all that. Now the child is pulling, let's go and buy it, let's go and buy it. So the parent tells, we'll buy it when we are coming out, that time we'll buy. Why do you carry all the way? We'll be enjoying, we'll go for the rides. Okay, the child agrees. We go ahead. Parents are indifferent to the toys. Next, there is some jewelry shop or nice sari shop. Then the wife pulls. Hey, let us go and see, let us go and see. To that sari shop and jewellery, the son and the father are indifferent. See? So, now you see, you already will see it later. Here in the exhibition, it's all fake. It's not real. You'll go to a proper jeweler, who will not cheat us. And she is pulled. Then they go further. Then there is a shop here, neckties and belts are there. Now the man goes there. And the son says, Papa, how many belts you want? One is enough. You don't have too many stomachs. Now see, who is attracted towards what? Therefore, in this world, we don't see what is. We see what we have decided to see. That indifference is the secret of spiritual life. Therefore, tyaktva sattvam uparudha. And this can be known only by one thing. Whatever we have purchased till date in our life, that cannot attract our mind for whole life. Whatever it is. Only for few days. That's it. Afterwards it becomes stale. It has no taste left at all. So, sargatmabhihi vibhuspandahi kridate balavat swayam संहारकात्म ashaktyata samhrutyatmane tishtati. Now the Lord has created this world. It's like what? Sargatma bhihi vibhu paramatma spandahi kridate balavat swayam. Like the children, some children, they are all the time playing with themselves. One day I was going with a car with my friend and there was another car in front of us. And from the back, this glass you can see, there was a child sitting all alone, mummy daddy ahead. And he was playing cricket. Nothing is happening. He is playing. So I was so thrilled. I said, ha ha. I said, Gurudev Namaskar. My friend, what is this Gurudev Namaskar? I said, he is my Guru. What? I said, see, there is nothing. But he is playing as if he is playing. Exactly the same way. Live in this world as if it is real, but nothing is real. Then why play? Time pass. I am very clear about this principle. When I go to any place, including Goa, it is only for the time pass. Nothing to be achieved, nothing to be lost. This can become firm in our understanding if we look within ourselves. When we were not in this world, there was nothing lacking. When we leave this world, there will be nothing lacking. So our earlier absence and the latter absence makes no difference. What difference it makes in the present? But ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. But we have that notion. I have done this. Kuch nahi Maharaj. Therefore, this Paramatma created this world for time pass. And we become serious. So when you also lead your life like a time pass, then you are in tune with God. And how do we do that? A simple thing. Jo thari raha hai, so mari raha hai. Oh Lord, thy will be done. Not mine, not mine. And see, Ishvara's Ichcha Shakti and our Ichcha Shakti, both of them must be telling with each other. Therefore, then after some time the Paramatma withdraws the whole world. You must have seen, I have seen it on, in which place? Somewhere on the sea place, on a beach, probably Brazil or somewhere. We went there for a walk. Nice beach. And the husband and wife, they went, or maybe friends, they went for a walk. And the children, two children, You play here, we'll come back, okay? We are going for a walk. So the children were playing. They made nice huts and garden and a bridge and everything. Beautiful they have done. What they do? Why they did it? To create something? No. Time pass. Till mummy daddy comes. Let us prepare. And after an hour or so, the mummy daddy come. Come on, kids, we have to go. Okay, we are ready to go. Now, when they are going, they will not leave it like this. Then let us come. They come running. 1, 2, 3, boom. They will jump on all the creation and destroy. Let's go. That fun is God having. Take your own experiences of life. Then you can discover God. One more example I tell you. There is a girl, now she is a grown up, huge structure. When she was small in Mumbai, she was calling me as my Swami. If any other child comes near, she will come and push that, go away, don't touch my Swami. Was this. And one day, I was just playing fool with her. I said, hey, look here, you have got both of them, mom and dad. I don't have anyone. Why don't you give me one? I'll take dad, okay? No, you cannot take my dad. I put her small little hand on the used father. So, like, keep father. I'll take mom. And then I held her mom's hand and was going. She said, okay, I'm going with Swamiji. And she started crying and crying and crying and became so miserable. When she was crying and miserable, we all three, myself, her mother and her father, did they suffer? They were having fun. Exactly the same way. God is having fun with us. We are serious. Discover this truth. Your whole attitude will change in life. Spiritual life is not seeking something, but discover with joy. Now, aho no chitra mayeyam tata vishwamohini sarvanga protam apetam yat atmanam na pashyati. This Maya is very peculiar. Vishwamohini. It is deluding the whole world. Now, like what? First, we must understand Maya. Maya means any experience which is gathered through the sense organs and the mind and the intellect. And after gathering that experience, when we give a status of reality to that, then whatever confusion and chaos happens, this whole phenomena is called as Maya. Like those who do not have faith in God or the scriptures. One boy told me, I don't have blind faith. I said, very good. No, but why people should have blind faith? I said, why you worry about the people? You mind your business. No, I want to know. I said, do you know what are you talking? Faith is required when you do not know the things. When you know the things, you don't require faith. For example, somebody tells us, this lady is your mother. Do we know where from we are dropped in this world? We accept it. And then that mother to whom we are accepted blindly, only through faith, she tells, this man is your father. Do we know that? See, my friends, therefore, here one has to very clearly understand that whatever is gathered through our sense organs, mind and intellect falls in the purview of Maya, in the purview of incomplete information. Unless I see God, I will not believe. I said, when you see God, you don't have to believe. Unless you believe, we will never see God. We use the words, but we don't know what we are talking. Then I told him, how many light waves are there? He said, Gibgyo, violet to red. Beyond that, there are no light waves. No. Then what about X-ray, alpha ray, beta ray, Satyajit ray? They are still there, isn't it? How do you say they are not there? Because you cannot see with your eyes, that doesn't mean that doesn't exist. This notion that whatever knowledge I gather through the sense organs, mind, etc., that alone is the truth. This notion is called as Maya. So, aho no chitra mayeyam vishwamohini, and by this everybody is deluded. Like we see the blueness of the sky, but the truth is the sky is never blue. Then what is that? It is optical illusion. And yet, lots and lots of poems are written on the blueness of the sky. See, friends, Vishwamohini and Sarvanga Protam Api Etam Atmanam Na Pashyati. And although the divine is permeating in and through everything and being, and yet they are not able to see. Now see how it is. We go to the jeweler and take some ornament and ask, hey, is there gold in this thing? Now the gold is in the ornament, or the ornament is in the gold? Think. Another example, we are on a cruise somewhere. My friend asked me this question. Can you imagine how much deep water is here in the sea? I said, I don't answer stupid questions. He said, what is the question of stupidity in this thing? I said, look here, the water is not in the sea is in the water. He said, don't bring Vedanta, please. I said, this is the truth. Ocean or sea is not an object. Like how much water there in the container. The ocean is not a container. If you remove the water from the ocean, where the ocean has gone? Therefore, our understanding is upside down. How much water in the ocean? No. The ocean is in the water. In the same manner, I am inside the body. No. The body is in me. See, friends, again and again we have to repeat this knowledge. Then one day, by God's grace, it will click that we are unnecessarily suffering in this world. So, idam ramyam idam neti bijam tad dukha samtatehe tasmin samyagnina dagde dukhasya vasarakuta. Idam ramyam idam na iti. Oh, this is beautiful, this is not beautiful. This is the cause of the series of miseries in life. In short, what we think is beautiful and what we think is not beautiful is our own imagination. When I was in Africa for the first time, I was just seeing all the Africans look alike for us. We can't differentiate immediately. So I was thinking very many years before, how come these people will be getting married to each other? They have no proper facial, features. Body is very abnormal and all that. How they must be? So for me, it was not beautiful. For them, they are beautiful. So after I became friendly with somebody, I said, hey, what are the signs of beauty in your community, among you people? Oh, Swamiji, we like a girl who is having very fat body, very big, the pelvic region, and she should be very strong. Now we consider that as ugliness. We want a slim body, and your waist should be very thin. So 36, 24, 36. Our definition of beauty. Their definition of beauty is 62, 62, 62, like a drum. Oh, she is so beautiful. This is how the samsara begins. Therefore, dukkha sansritehe Tasmin samyagnina dagdhe. Then what is to be done? This is the highest spiritual practice. Samyagnina dagdhe means accept the things as they are. Be equanimous towards everything and every being. If you want to know what is Bhagavad Gita in 2 words, Bhagavad Gita talks about the problem of mamata, and the solution for that is samata. Samatvam yoga uchyate. In the 5th chapter, Bhagavan says, Nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmate brahmani sthitaha. Paramatma is sama, absolute equanimous. Like what? Like the space is equanimous to all the contents. What does it mean? Few things. Number one, doesn't reject anything, doesn't favor anything, doesn't retain anything. This is our nature. Again, the same example. I see all colors and forms, do not reject anything, but do not retain anything. Therefore, when we are thus working on ourselves, then we come to know Tasmin Samyagnina Dagde Dukkhasya Avasara Kutaha. So, how can we get rid of this wrong notion of the mind, make it equanimous? Only one thing. We have to stop evaluating the world. We are not here for evaluation. Who is how, what we have to do? We have to do nothing. Keep moving, charayveti, charayveti. But then, we keep on moving so many places. Then the people ask, Swamiji, you have gone to which place you like the most? Now, suppose now I am in Goa. So what I will say? I tell you, Goa is the best place in the whole world. Then I go to Baroda. There people ask, Swamiji, which is the best place? Baroda is the best place in the world. Because wherever I am, that is only important. See, friends, therefore, this is good, that is bad, should be removed from our head by the equanimity. Everything is okay in its own place. Nothing is wrong. Now, after having known this, now the teacher tells us, a student has to go through 7 stages. This is called Yoga Bhumika. Now, this is Yoga Bhumika given here, and Yoga Bhumika is also given in Panchadashi. I'll tell you that also, this also. There are also 7 steps. In Bhagavad Mahapurana also, there are 7 steps of Yoga Bhumika. This 7 number is very important. 7 days a week. Many people take their car number 7777. They want that particular. So, in Panchadashi, what is said? First, Ajnanam, then Avarana, then Vikshepa, then Paroksha Jnanam, Aparoksha Jnanam, then Dukkha Nivrutti and Nirankusha Trupti. What you said, we have understood nothing, Swami. Okay. First, ignorance, no knowledge about anything or about ourselves. Because of that, Avaran, the wisdom is covered. And therefore, there are Vikshepa, agitations. Do you know who is that person? I don't know, but seems to be a cheat. Where from the cheat has come? Projection. And once you look upon somebody as a cheat, immediately your reaction will start changing. This is how the samsara begins. Remember these 2 steps of the mind, most important. Mind has got 2 functions. One is perception. I look at this book, perception is the book. Projection, which is the book? What is the story? Where it is? Who has written? Projection. Now what is required is perceive the world, but stop projecting. Then our mind will be like the mirror. Mirror perceives everything, projects nothing. If some good, sweet girl stands before the mirror doesn't say, come on, hang around a little longer. Again, old fellows will come. And when I go in front of the mirror, what the mirror will say, come on, get away, next somebody. So we have to stop this habit of projection. When this stops, we will see the world is not created. Therefore, tasmin samyagnina dagde dukkasya avasara kutaha. We have to stop. This is good, that is bad. We are not here to evaluate anything or anybody. Everybody is right in their own place. Nobody is wrong. How? Just take an imaginary example. Rajiv Gandhi was killed by one lady blowing herself. Imagine both of them have come live in front of you and you ask them to present their case. Rajiv Gandhi will say, how she killed me was wrong. And she will prove how she killed him was right. The human intellect is such that it can justify everything. Even those who are corrupt people, they justify. Those who are criminals, they justify. Those who are cheaters, they justify. Therefore, we have to understand the trick of this mind. Therefore, samyagnina dagde vidya vinay sampanne brahmane gavyastini shuri jaiva shvapakecha panditaha samadarchinaha ihaivataihi jitaha sargaha isham samme sthitam manaha. Those who are abiding in this equanimity, they have conquered this world. They are liberated from the limitations of this relative existence. Because Samyagni, friends, we have to get out of our obsessions. Therefore, what are the 7 stages here? So, according to Panchadesha, I was telling you, first is ignorance, then the covering of the wisdom, then projection, and thereafter we get frustrated, then we go to satsanga. That is paroksha jnanam, the indirect knowledge. We don't know anything, we hear the satsanga, and we get to know so many things, but no experience. Next step is aparoksha jnanam, then we come to realize our essential nature. And when we come to realize our essential nature, 5 steps. 6th will be dukkha nivritti. You will never be miserable. Miseries will come to you, but you will not be miserable. And ultimately, nirankusha trupti. You are at peace under every situation. Peace doesn't mean sleep. I mean, this is mechanically being moved just to prove I am not sleeping. What I see from here, Vishwarupa Darshan, you cannot see from there. See, friends. Therefore, now here, what are the 7 stages through which we have to go as a spiritual practice? Shastra sajjana samparkaihi prajnan ado vivardhayet. First step. Satsangatve nissangatvam nissangatve nirmohatvam. Shastra sajjana samparkaihi. Come in contact with the teachers, good people, and the scriptures. First step on the spiritual path. Wherever Shastra Chintan, discussion on the scriptures, and by scriptures I am very clear, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, etc. When we are thus studying, reflecting on that, this is the first step on the spiritual path, Yoga Bhumika. Then, Prathama Bhumika Ishokta, Yogasya Navayoginaha. For the new entrants on the path of yoga is the first step. They have to go to the teacher, study the scriptures. Second, vicharana dvitiyasya. Then whatever we have heard, we have to reflect on it. What is the reflection? Reflection is not whatever is said, how it is right or wrong, how it is perfectly correct. I tell you one example. There was a great saint in Mumbai, and his name was Nisargadatta Maharaj. And for the first time and the last time he heard from the Guru in the satsang, a general satsang, he also attended. And it was told that you are divine, you are Brahman. So after satsang was over, he started thinking. When the teacher told that I am divine, what will he get by telling me that I am divine? Why should he tell me the lies? It must be true. Although I may not experience, it must be true. And then, with the affirmative understanding, he started working on it. Then he started, yesterday I told you, the playing. What it is like being a space. What it is like being in the mind space. What it is like being the conscious space. These three stages, if one goes systematically. When we play being the gross space, contents will not trouble us. When we play the mind space, thoughts will not bother us. When we play the conscious space, waking, dream, deep sleep, samadhi will not be an issue for us. But many of us get lost. Swamiji, I want to learn meditation, I want to do meditation. Meditation is not the goal of life. It is a means. But we mistake the means for the goal and continue suffering. Vicharana dvitiyasya. Tritiya asanga bhavana. The third step is asanga bhavana. Assert that you are not attached to anything first. And in that start doing some experiments. Do some experiment. Give up something for a few days. Give up salt for 1 week. You will see that you are not going to die. Give up sugar sometime. One of the most difficult sense organ to control is the tongue. Tongue is 2 in 1. Tasting, rasana, and talking, jiva. If we control these two things, we have done a great favor to ourselves. And in this manner, then you discover asanga means what? Really, we are not dependent on anything. And when this grows deep in you, then we come to know attachment is an illusion. Attachment is not the reality. Therefore, tritiya asanga bhavana, I am not attached to anything in this world. Then vilapani chaturthi syat, vasana vilayatmika. And the fourth is that we are now destroying our mental impressions, the vasana or the samskara or the impressions on the mind. How to destroy the impressions on the mind? Do not encourage likes and dislikes in life. To stop encouraging likes and dislikes, the practice is very simple. And the practice is, we give ourselves zero choice. Lesser the choice we give to ourselves, happier we are. Whatever is there is perfectly all right. We don't want to change anything or anybody in this world. Therefore, this is the next one. Vilapini Chaturthi Vasana Vilayatmika. Then Shuddha Samvin Maya Ananda Rupa Bhavati Panchami. And then the fifth stage is Shuddha Samvin Maya Ananda Rupa. And then the conscious blissful existence. In the fifth stage, you are happy for no reason. Again here, what is happiness? Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma, being happy. Means what? Na shochati, na kankshati. Don't carry the burden of the regrets of the past, and let us not carry the burden of the imaginary future problems. Net result, your mind will remain equanimous. If we understand disturbances in the mind are with reference to time, space and object, mind cannot stay in the present. Because if the mind stays in the present for long, the mind will dissolve in the consciousness. And therefore, to survive what the mind does, it goes either in the past or in the future. Understand this technique. And therefore, this is the one Shuddha Sanvinmayananda Rupa Bhavati Panchami. The choiceless happiness is the real happiness. No regrets, no worries, no nothing. Then, Ardha Suprabuddha Bhamo Jivan Muktota Tishtati. So here, in this fifth stage, is called as the pure consciousness, wherein the yogi is liberated while alive, Jivan Mukta. Then, Swa Samvedana Rupacha Shashti Bhavati Bhumika. Then the sixth stage is the person is Swasamvedana Rupa. Now he is extremely aware of his own being. Fully aware. Like we are fully aware at this stage with our name. Right from childhood, we have been told this is your name, this is your name, and it becomes so deeply rooted in us. Even if we are sleeping, if somebody shouts our name loudly, we immediately wake up. In the same manner, this practice, when it is done intensely, then slowly we start remaining in the divine notion. And Anandika Ghanakara Sushupta Sadrushi Sthiti. It is like the deep sleep, it is pure happiness. And Turya Vastopashantata Muktireveha Kevalam. This is called as the Turya Avastha, the fourth, the ultimate one. It is called as the liberation. Then, when this is attained, then ultimately Samata, Swachhata, Saumya, Saptami, Bhumika, Bhave. And when one has attained the last one, then Samata, equanimous to everything and being, Swachhata, purity of intentions and purity of the conduct in this world, Saumya, always soft, not agitated. This is the seventh stage. This becomes natural. It is not a struggle to live. And Turyatita tu yavastha para nirvana rupini saptami satpari prauda vishaya syatna jivatam. This is the Turyatita. We have transcended all the various stages of life and we have merged with the Absolute. It is something like the wave has dissolved itself in the ocean. Be attentive. But it has not become the ocean. Then the wave dissolved in the ocean and became one with the water. Because ocean is not the reality, water is the reality. See, friends, in the same manner, when all the wrong notions are fully dropped, and we come to a point which cannot be dropped, thereafter, the world's presence and absence is far beyond the relativity. Therefore, Turyatitaya avastha para nirvana rupini saptami sa paripraudha vishayaha syatna jivatam. So, this Turyatita, going beyond complete relative existence and abiding absolutely in the truth, is the Turyatita, going beyond the 1, 2, 3, 4, all the countings, and the Paripraudha. It is the ultimate, there is nothing more to be attained than this. Vishayanasya Jivata. And this cannot be even imagined by those who are lost in this relative world. Now, after this was told, then the teacher continues further about these 7 stages we all go through every day. If we can learn to recognize this is the stage I am, this is the stage I am, then slowly we can go out of it. How it is done, let us leave it for tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.